What is good, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Stay Attached podcast. We are joined by none other than Wiley, known as the GOAT in the Call of Duty community, a three-time world champion, that won all his rings on LAN. Now he's a four-time world champion and won his fourth ring as a coach. And Damon, Karma, everyone knows you. I don't gotta. Everyone knows what you're about. So everyone, they know everything of what you've done in the past, and we want to hear what you got to say about some of the things you've done, accomplished, and how things are going now. But I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to talk about everything.
No, thank you for having me. Yeah, excited to be here.
It's a little off-season time. Well, we still got EWC, but like off-season, you just won champs, so I feel like probably everything is really good, especially after you win something like that. Like,
Oh yeah,
everything's just going right.
yeah. I mean, things have been great. I'm glad you said it. Like, four champs now, but three is a player, one is a coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna call it. It's funny. I was talking to Hector. I was like, I'm still calling it four, but I know there's a difference. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah.
You've won it. The feeling winning as a player. There's really. I mean, it's like it's the peak in Call of Duty esports.
Oh, for sure.
And obviously I have one now coaching, which is awesome. I mean, it just nothing will compare to playing and winning though.
Of course.
Like that feeling you get is something else. But I mean, the guys winning or the team winning at champs was awesome.
Yeah.
Crazy bounce back. The feeling for me, I was just full of joy, and I was happy for them. To be able to accomplish that, because there's really not many people who get that chance. And it doesn't come all the time.
Yeah, and it was so like crazy, the circumstances, I guess, because before champs, I knew you guys were gonna bounce back. I think in my bracket I had you guys top two. I'm like, there's no way OpTic does not do good again. Like I was just like, with these players, the people around them in Texas, I was just like, it's impossible that they don't do good. So I knew you guys were gonna bounce back. But I feel like as a coach, like I've never coached before, but just as you get older and you're coaching, it's like seeing what you did to like help people's lives, essentially, like help their gameplay and help their lives, is like, it's probably a crazy feeling to win that ring as a coach now, and like kind of compare it to when you were playing, just to see how different the feeling is.
Yeah, no, because like, dude, you could tell they were so excited, and
Yeah.
That like I said, that was the biggest thing for me. Just seeing them happy, because it's like I said before, that winning champs, you don't get too many opportunities, and
No,
some
definitely
people
not.
don't even get the chance to do it. So that the bounce back, everything going on behind the scenes, everything we did to prepare, it's crazy. It's crazy how it started too. That first series versus Thieves was it was a little scary, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
we knew that they were at least going to be strong in respawns. I feel like they've been solid all year, even in scrims. But
yeah.
I mean, the last thing I remember saying to them when we went to Game 5, I was like, yo, we got here, Game 5. These guys are breakers. They've been breaking all year.
Yeah.
That was like really their downfall. Like I said, they were pretty great in scrims all year.
Yeah.
But in the matches, in the big moments, I don't really know stats, but I feel like they had a lot of Game 5s where they couldn't close it out, and that ended up being like the dagger, to their road at champs, to be honest.
Yeah. I feel like just from champs, watching, competing at champs, there's for the team that always wins, there's always that one series that wins you champs. For me and AW, it was versus OpTic Gaming. For you in like Black Ops 2 is probably, well, because you guys lost to Envy in winners bracket, right? Like winners finals, I think. And I think you bounced back the next day and beat them in the grand finals or something. It was like that.
Something like that, dude. I completely forgot about that. Dude, I don't even remember losing to them.
Yeah, I thought you guys won through winners too, but then I went back and looked. I was like, oh wait, Envy actually won through. But
we might have lost a Game 5 aftermath. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Same map OpTic won on versus.
Oh, Cole. Yeah. I think I remember that since Seth got like the 3-piece or something to send him home. Yeah.
I just remember having me and Cap were always fighting on that map inside. I mean, I don't remember what bomb site it was, but we had the little scope that could see through walls.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was like half that map. So yeah, I totally forgot we lost in winners finals.
Yeah, but I feel like
Great.
there's always that one series at champs that like sets you up to win, and it's like when you kind of like get that feeling, like okay, it's our tournament now, like we're winning, and I'm sure that was probably like Texas or OpTic's feeling at this past tournament when they reverse swept Thieves. The momentum was just like there was just too much momentum going in.
Yeah, and I mean, going into that, like you said, we knew they were, I'd say, above average respawn team.
Yeah.
And I don't think we had too many flaws in the first map, and then we kind of choked the second map. But yeah, no, it was definitely the series that propelled us,
Yeah.
to make us believe like there's a reason that we just did that,
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that's what champs is all about.
Enough talking about the new young kids, though. We want to talk about the old legends in Call of Duty. Okay, the old legends of Call of Duty. So going back to like your early days, what was like your actual first COD game you ever started playing? Because I know you started playing way back when in the golden days of game battles.
Yeah. The first Call of Duty I actually played was Call of Duty 3. I've been playing for forever. And that was after Halo came out, and I mean, I was insane at that game. I don't know what it was. I don't know where it came from, because I wasn't very good at Halo. I was decent, but I could never get 50s. In ranked play. My buddies from school, they could all get 50, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, you're like, why can't I do this?
Yeah, why can't I do that? And then Call of Duty 3 came out, or what? I don't even know. Maybe Call of Duty 4 came out when Halo 3. But either way, Call of Duty 3 is the first one, and I was insane at it. So, I had a real I loved playing it. I mean, I was glitching, going under the map.
Oh yeah, there were so many
bombs.
Yeah.
And I don't know, going back, it was a really fun time. But yeah, that's where I found my love for COD, and then COD 4 came out, and COD 4 was like a revolution. Like there was no game like it.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, I wanted to stay home from school to play that game, even the beta.
Yeah.
It was just so good. Everything about it was so unique, and it really just threw Call of Duty on the map.
Oh yeah. It was amazing. I remember the first time I ever played. I think everyone remembers the first time they played COD 4, because like I feel like everyone's life changed at that moment.
No,
I was at my friend's house. I loaded into a shipment 1v1 versus my friend, and I played that for 5 minutes, and instantly knew I was like, I need Xbox 360. I need COD 4 multiplayer. Like it was, I don't know if it's because we were young, but that game was probably some of the best times I've ever had in playing games ever. It was amazing.
Like for me, like that this is gonna sound so dumb, but going from COD 3 to COD 4, the thing that blew my mind is when they were showing off the game, they're like, you can shoot through walls. Like, holy shit. It's like realistic. You can shoot through walls. Like, that's insane. But yeah, that's like a little thing that I was wowed about as a little kid.
Were you good at wall banging?
Oh hell yeah! I played hardcore only. I played hardcore TDM.
Yeah.
Hardcore search. I basically played hardcore. Dude, for most of my like GB life. Played hardcore COD 4. Like ran the ladders on that. World at War came out. Everybody stuck to COD 4.
Yeah.
I ran the hardcore ladders in World of War, and then I switched to map gen softcore.
Oh man, map gen, yep.
Or normal core, yeah. Ran that, had the best team for, I don't know, a long ass time, multiple seasons.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'll never play hardcore now.
Oh, it's terrible now. But back then it was so fun. It was so fun back then.
Map gen, hardcore. I mean, dude, we'd go in, and we were so good at World of War that we'd accept the matches of like 80-0 radar on teams
just to ruin the record. Yep.
Oh yeah, just like, hey, delete the team.
Yep.
Run it back. We'll see you when you're undefeated again. But yeah, dude, those days, the GB days, Those are like the glory days
Oh
for
man, they
me.
were so. I feel so bad for the people that didn't get to experience it because like waking up the next day because you'd always have to wait the day for your GB rank to update and like seeing your
Yep.
GB rank get lower was one of the best feelings as a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
Seeing your
that was
GB
the
rank go
best.
lower, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always known you as like a really good gamer for like any game you play, every game you touch, you're always really good and you're really good at it really fast. But what would
Yeah.
you say like is your like favorite game of all time, whether it's a COD or any game? Like what game do you enjoy the most?
Mm, I kind of have probably there's probably two games. Like Rust is one of my favorite games. It's like
Mm,
a survival game,
yeah,
but you have to be like super degen,
yeah.
and I did that for a long time. But that is one of my favorite games. And then my other favorite game would have been from the BR genre that died. It was called Islands of the Nine.
Mm.
Um, the game unfortunately didn't work on release, but once
Oh
it
damn.
did, I mean, dude, I couldn't stop playing the damn game. I was
Yeah.
waking up playing it all day. Unfortunately, the game died pretty quick,
Yeah.
but everything about it, all the mechanics, the way the guns felt, it was just like I was having so much fun, man. And that's one of the shitty things for me, like being a competitive Call of Duty player. I'll never and being good at other games and liking so many games, I'll never take what we've done for granted.
Yeah.
But I feel like I missed out on so much in terms of streaming and
Mm. Oh, for
playing all
sure.
those games I loved because like I mean Fortnite, Black Ops 4, like both of those games when they came out, dude,
Yeah.
I've never like I've had streams that are insane in COD,
Yeah.
but the streams I had playing those games were unreal. And then right when COD came out, it was like, especially back then,
Yeah.
why are you playing these other games? Like the OpTic fans were insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lose an
That.
event,
Yeah.
don't
You.
win an
Yep.
event. You're playing this shit too much. Blah 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 blah. So I don't know. That's one thing that sucks. Like I said, especially being good at other games
Yeah.
and enjoying so many games. I feel like I kind of missed out on a lot of that. Um, but like I said, I would never trade it in for what we were able to do.
Oh, of course, of course. But going back to like Call of Duty and like your early competing days, what was your first LAN tournament you went to?
My first LAN tournament was MLG Columbus and Black Ops One.
Oh,
I was
okay.
playing with Young Guns, Brian,
Mm.
or actually I don't know. It was either Brian Fast and Felonies
Oh,
or
felonies with the
Brian,
5. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, or Brian Fast and I think we played an event with White Boy, Simply Black. I don't really remember. I don't remember the exact team or the fourth. But yeah, MLG Columbus 2011.
Yeah.
My uncle, I mean, I'm sure people probably saw the Val's video or whatever that he put on Twitter, but my uncle and his buddies drove down to Columbus with me because my
Oh,
mom didn't
nice.
know what the hell it was,
Oh, yeah.
man.
It's
She
like
was
you want to
like,
go to a gaming convention? Is that real? was that was that Bella?
yeah, Bella and her friend.
Hey, Bella
Sorry
and
about that.
friend. No, you're
Hey,
good. You're good.
they're
More
gone. They're
guests.
gone
Nah.
now. They
That's
came in
too
covered
funny.
in makeup. But yeah, my mom thought like the whole gig was kind of weird.
Oh,
I
of course.
mean,
I mean, if you tell your parents that, especially back then, because that
yeah,
was never heard of
13 years
before,
ago now.
they're like,
Like,
"Are you sure this is a real thing? Like, are people not just going to try and like kidnap you or something? Like,
yeah,
what is this?"
yeah. So I had my uncle and two of
Nice.
his buddies. They drove me down, and they were like, "Damn, this kind of crazy."
Yeah.
I think I ended up coming 11th place maybe. Um, but it was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like going to my first event. I mean, I didn't really think it was real because I had watched the MLG stuff on TV
Yeah.
where they had Halo, and I mean, this was like the beginning
Oh,
of
literally.
MLG,
Yeah.
and it was getting big. We were having multiple game events,
Yeah.
COD, Halo, StarCraft.
To-
Um,
Wow.
but it was an experience for sure because I loved playing all three of the games. I loved watching all the games. Uh, I would have liked to do better because I thought I was really good. But 11th place for my first event,
Yeah. That's
it
not too
wasn't too
bad. Yeah.
bad.
That's not too bad.
Um, also, I didn't really like playing that game at all. I'm not gonna
Oh, what
lie.
was that? Black Ops 1?
Yeah, Black
Yeah.
Ops 1.
Listen,
So many people love it.
I
I
always
thought it
say,
was boring.
I always say it's one of the most overrated like competitive CODs. For zombies, it was great.
Yeah.
Multiplayer was fun, but like for competitive, I don't think it was as good as people remember it as. Like it's kind of boring,
It was just
honestly.
fucking boring. Like,
Yeah.
then I mean, you could fast travel to like the end of the game.
Yeah.
The end of the game, I'm playing IXI. Like I'm playing with Rambo, Revan, and Bobby. And,
Yeah.
dude, I don't even think. I don't even know if we scrimmed. I don't really remember going into it.
Yeah,
I
you
was
just
appearing
showed up.
offline, hiding from Ray, playing Gears of War, dude.
Yeah, you're trying to play other
Like,
games.
I'm telling you, we placed, and I think we placed like top 6 maybe at nationals.
Yeah.
And dude, there's about a million different things I would have rather done than play that game.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way about the game because everyone else
Yeah.
I've heard loves it for some reason.
Yeah,
But it is what
I
it
don't
is.
care what they say. That
Yeah.
shit was boring.
Thank God we're doing this. I agree completely. But back then, did you have like someone that you would consider as like your favorite teammate or your duo, whether it was on game battles or these lands? Like who was always like that one for you?
Well, I mean, my YG team, like Brian Fast,
Mhm.
White Guy, Simply Black, those were my favorite, man. Because those are the guys I started in GBs with. I played MW2 with them. I mean, those guys like they did so much for me. They were the first ones to give me a chance because even in COD 4, dude, I remember I probably messaged everybody on Xbox Live like,
Yeah.
"Yo, give me a chance, that'd be nice."
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you played hardcore. And then I don't really know how I linked up with those guys in MW2, but yeah, I mean, dude, they were just good dudes. They were funny as hell. Were they the best? They weren't the greatest players, but
Yeah.
they were better than a lot of people, and they gave me a chance, and that was huge. Even going into MW or no, was it? I think it was MW2 or BO1. I ended up selling my like I loved my GB account. I
Oh,
fucking
really?
loved it.
Yeah.
I sold it because I didn't have money or anything. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't like super wealthy, so I sold my GB account, bought a PlayStation 3 or 4. Yeah, it was probably PlayStation 3, and that's really how it started. I was able to play in the MLG ladders on
Yeah.
MW2. But yeah, no, the YG guys were my homies. Fucking even Mins, Corey.
Mm.
I mean, nobody will probably know them watching this, but
Yeah.
they really helped me like get it going.
It's really crazy to look back on and like see just where you started and the people that gave you like an opportunity, even if it was a small one. It's still like your foot in the door and everything. And then I guess selling your GB account was also a pretty good investment. It definitely slightly paid off. It slightly paid off, which is
paid
crazy.
for a PlayStation, a whole ass PlayStation,
Yeah,
and the game.
Oh, see, that's more than enough. That's more than enough.
My shit, it had some stuff on it. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure you run those ladders.
I probably won a World of War for like 2 years. Like, not the beginning, but like the later half. Because like I said, I only played hardcore at the beginning. And I was like, map gen, oh, this is crazy. And I just started running everyone. And,
yeah.
I mean, that's the first time. Well, I played Merc in them, and it was. When did World of War come out? After
that was after COD 4, yeah. I believe like 2008.
Like the first time I played Merc because he played that game quite a bit. I don't really know if there were any other pros that I remember from that time that played.
Yeah.
I know Clay stayed on COD 4 with Ant, and I don't remember. There's not many people who were from around back then that still played. Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, I remember playing COD 4 as my first time ever like getting into game battles and everything. I think it was in 4th grade. My friend told me about it. I called my dad. I was like, Dad, can you make me a game battles account? And like it was just so fun back then. I remember.
4th grade.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
27.
Oh,
27.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember like game battles was so much fun back then. It was the best thing ever back then. The forums and everything, it was so great.
Yeah, that was a crazy place.
Yeah, it was a absolute crazy place. Thank God it's all down now.
Yeah,
but fast forward up a little bit, to like Black Ops 2 times. Yeah. When was your first like LAN tournament win? Was it in Black Ops 2?
Yeah, it was the first event, MLG
Okay.
Dallas.
Okay, and then how did that like? Because was that with Farico Impact as well?
Yeah.
Okay, how did that team come to fruition?
So, I think in the beginning of the game, the team was okay. My memory's a little foggy, but I
Nah,
had
you're good.
played MW3, so I was really good at MW3.
Yeah.
I didn't end up going to the one event because my same uncle who drove me to my first event, it was his wedding
Oh.
during that one event where OpTic and all them went overseas
Yeah. Yeah.
playing his EGL.
Yeah.
So I was gonna play with Haggy and Apathy, and at one point it might have been Nade Shot. I think
Hmm.
it ended up being too quick. But yeah, we had played like Ego had a beach land like with 4 teams, and OpTic was one of the teams.
Yeah.
Uh, and we all played there, and then but at that point, I mean, I was already on Envy. So I don't really remember exactly how. I think I started somewhere in the middle of MW3 playing with Parasite, Too Quick, and it might have been App at one point. It might have been
Yeah.
someone else. Don't remember. And then eventually, somehow, I got onto Envy with Twiz, Proof, and I have no idea who the
Yeah.
fourth was.
I mean, roster mania was crazy, but there was a roster change every other day. Like it was
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, but like that was kind of, I went from being nobody to at that point I was
Yeah.
making my way up in the world,
Yeah.
playing with people who were super established in Call of Duty competitive at that point.
Yeah.
Um, and then so yeah, I had known Chris already. I had known Killa from I've known him from Black Ops 1.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember I remember playing with him, playing against him. And then yeah, so at some point we have me, Killa, John, Parasite. I don't remember which order it was in. Um, but one day we were playing, and I don't know. I was just kind of an asshole. I don't remember what I said, and then John didn't want to play with me.
No.
And this might have all been after the other team,
Yeah.
but they dropped me, and then I remember Brainiac was like, "No, we cannot drop him." And then they got me back, and then John went to Fear, and then I think we got Too Quick, and then we had Too Quick for a while,
Yeah.
and I don't remember if it was after the qualifier for Dallas.
Mm.
I think it might have been before, and I remember we are playing a hijack, and we're mid scrim, and Too Quick's like, "Yo, I'm joining Complexity."
Oh,
You're
damn.
like, "All right, Aaron,
All right.
fucking
Well.
go join them."
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that was after they dropped Fears.
Mm. Yeah. They dropped
I think they
Damod.
dropped them. Yeah, they dropped a mob for him. And then fuck. I don't really remember, like, dude.
Then you
I
must
can't
have
remember a
then
goddamn
Marcus
thing.
Miracles must have been somewhere in there. Just got thrown in the
Mir
mix
came
somehow.
in after the Too Quick thing, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Yeah.
And I don't remember because I played a lot of Rainbow Six when I was younger, and that's what
Mm.
Mirrored played.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if at that time there's a lot of don't remembers in this conversation.
I mean, it was like what, 11 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah, a
So
long
it's
time ago.
yeah,
But
it was.
at some point there were some COD guy or Rainbow guys who were playing COD, and I don't know if it's through them that I met Mir or if I met
Yeah.
Mir on Rainbow. I don't really remember. I just know I played a lot of Rainbow and he played Rainbow, and I probably didn't meet him on that. But either way, we get Mir. And yeah, Marcus ended up being a fucking beast.
Oh yeah, he was
That's how that
insane.
team
While you were,
formed.
yeah.
We lose the qualifier actually to Fear, Moho, John, Assassin, maybe. I think he was still playing. I think that was like his
Really?
last game.
Yeah.
I think it was. I forget the fourth, but yeah, I think maybe we came second or maybe even like fourth in the online qualifier for Dallas. We go to the event and we just absolutely destroy everybody. But
Yeah.
yeah,
How
it was
did?
something.
Because you guys were real good. I mean, you four-peated. You won 3 events and then champs, or was it 2
It
events
was
then champs?
3 and then champs.
3 and
Or
then champs.
Two champs.
Then that UK
and
event, I
St.
think,
Louis.
right? Or no, it was St. Louis. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
St. Louis. What did you feel like separated you guys from everyone back then? Because I feel like that was the first time we really saw a team like dominate for such a long period of time. Because usually I feel like, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the events in like Black Ops 1 in the early days, there was always a winner, then someone else would win. There was like a new winner every event, but then you guys were the first ones to really like, well, I guess 4-peat, which was pretty insane.
Yeah, so I think kind of the advantage we had going into Black Ops 2 is that it wasn't domination that was being
Oh
played.
yeah, yeah,
So capture the flag and search had been in the previous games,
yeah.
but Hardpoint was introduced.
That was the first hardpoint game.
And I had played that at Gamescom for the Black Ops 2 reveal with the Envy guys, actually, with Twiz. Oh, it was Twiz, Merc, myself, and Proof.
Hmm.
So we played that, and I remember frying, but we were playing super sandboxy in Germany. But I think the big advantage we had is me and Chris were always really good at learning games.
Yeah.
I mean, I won two of my champs in like the first 3 months. Yeah, the beginning of these games were always like my super strong suit.
Yeah.
I learned everything so fast. Better than Chris for sure. Yeah, I hope he sees this. He's gonna get so mad. But that definitely helped us. And like I said, if it was domination,
yeah.
I mean, who really knows? But me and Chris had played a lot of that. Even Adam had played a lot. Marcus probably hadn't really at all.
Yeah.
Whether that would have affected it, I don't really know. But there were still a lot of veterans playing from the older games that played domination. And hey, maybe it would have been different, but we learned the game very quick. And
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people say like, there's a lot of people in school and shit. And I think luckily for us, I think we had just finished high school when that game came out.
Oh, okay.
Or we're finishing it.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but that's always a conversation that, is brought up. From Pat and all them. We were going to school. These guys.
That's their excuse. Anything. That's their excuse.
Yeah.
But then, you guys 4-peated. You were dominating everything. What would you say was like, I guess, the downfall of that team? Because I know you eventually left, correct? What was like the downfall of that team?
I mean, it was just for me, we lost the EGL event. Or no, not EGL. What was it? There was a name. Can't remember the name, but it was like we were on a high rise playing in a room.
Yeah.
We lost to Cole, and dude, I'm pretty sure I was shitting on them, and the only thing they were doing was fucking yelling at Cole. But we were getting ran, and then Envy approached me, and like in my mind, I was like, yeah, this is great. Like we're really good. Part of me also wishes I could go back, and I wonder. I think there's a world where we could have took events from Cole.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, we ended up losing Anaheim also to them, but I feel like we had really good games versus them. I feel like there's a world where I think we actually could have beat them at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that event was kind of downfall, and I was still trying to get to the top.
Of course, yeah.
And Envy at that time, other than OpTic,
was like the premier, the premier orgs like
and
back in the day.
Fucking play for OpTic.
Yeah.
I thought they were ass. Definitely wasn't playing with them, but Envy approached me.
Yeah.
Played with them. It was honestly pretty awful. Inside of the game, outside of the game, had a blast. Loved those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really what it was. Envy approached me, and like I said, they were the cream of the crop, and yeah.
And then like the old COD events too. Like I don't think people realize how crazy COD events used to be. Like nowadays, it's so serious. Like it's just COD. But back in the events, people would be just going absolutely crazy. Like after the event, during the event, people were in races. Like Looney were racing other people, breaking their arms. People were prying open elevators. Like there was always some crazy drama that would happen at events. Like I kind of miss like the old days where it was just like it was actually just one big hangout, but then you would also go compete. It was crazy.
It's been kind of nice, like in Toronto and this last event, or no. Oh god, not this event, not champs, but the event before. It was actually really nice seeing, like, there was a lot of teams at the same hotels.
Yeah,
so it was kind of nice to just chill with everyone.
Yeah, that's how it used to be. That was the best.
Because even last year, when I showed up coaching fucking near the end of the year.
Yeah.
It was like my first event I had been to since I stopped playing, other than the Texas event in Vanguard that they won. Is that the year they won, or was it Cold War? Vanguard, right?
Vanguard win. Yeah, OpTic win.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the
So
first
like,
like major.
I had realized how different it was
Yeah.
at that point in terms of the seriousness. Where, I mean, you don't really see people.
Oh
Like, I
no,
remember we used to,
barely.
dude, we'd go win pool play and go get fucked up, wake up the next day,
Yeah.
sometimes even still fucked up,
Yeah.
play the match, do the same thing every other night.
Yeah.
And it definitely is not like that anymore.
No, definitely. If you did that, oh, you would be gone off the team so
Oh, yeah,
fast.
they're
It would,
your ass.
yeah, you would be gone so fast. But yeah, it's crazy how much more serious and like everything's changed. But those were just like the good old days when it was insane. It was insane. It was insane.
It was just, but like I said, the biggest thing, the social thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, everyone still does it, but it's usually like a Sunday night thing where you see everyone. But other than that, it's definitely a lot different. And I don't know if the fans don't know it, but it's a lot more serious.
Oh, a lot more serious. Like you're studying. Yeah.
Around.
Oh, definitely not. And then I remember that you used to make some content too with the "I'm better than you" stuff, and you just you targeted different players. What would we have to do to get you to bring that back?
I'm not doing that.
You're not doing it.
I'm not doing that. I don't know. I was more of a clown when I was younger.
Yeah.
I don't know what joy I got out of it, but I thought it was funny as shit. So
yeah. It was just
definitely not making any of that.
It was just the competitiveness in you that was coming out.
Yeah. Because I wasn't like a shit talker. I never have been.
Yeah.
Go to all these fucking events and these people are just screaming at me and I'm like, dude, leave me alone, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say anything back because I have no shit talk.
Yeah.
Not my thing. But I made some funny ass videos.
You did. You did. You had some iconic videos and streams back in the day. Yeah. And then after Black Ops 2, you obviously had a very successful year. A bunch of chips, a ring, and then when did Complexity reach out to you? How did that work in Ghost? I know they won the first event in Ghost, and I think for the second one you were on Complexity. Did they just reach out to you right after they won and get it popping?
Because I was slamming their shit. I think I had like a 1.44 KD that event or something like that. I think I came fourth, but dude, I mean, I was so good at that event. We lost game 5 to them. I don't remember the round count, and I mean, they're lucky. They're lucky. I was like Super Saiyan. I don't know if there's a level above that, but if I were to reach that, then I would pretty much beat them by myself. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, like they've all said it. They had their shit with Clay. La da 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 da, and like I said, I just had a really, really good event, and it goes back to kind of what I was saying. Early games was like I never felt like there was anyone at the beginning of games who was better than me. So I don't know whether that showed. Like I said, I played really good. That was another event. I played Chino's team. I think it was Donut Shop.
Yeah.
I think on Freight Domination, dude. I started off like 19-0 versus them or something like that. It was crazy. But that whole event, I was frying. Unfortunately, we fell short.
Yeah.
Lost to them. And they reached out.
I'm assuming with Cole, because the way it looked after, and then you guys were just winning everything, every event, were the scrims the same way? Like you guys would just show up, destroy everyone in scrims, go to the event, also destroy everyone. Was that pretty much how it was going? Yeah,
something like that. I mean, I was high as shit every day. Like, I just got super baked.
Yeah.
Like the whole time. I mean, that was a fun time. I loved fucking playing back then. It was so good. And honestly, you kind of needed the Papania to fucking play with those two.
Oh yeah, you had two psychopaths on your team, and then Tyler, who's probably just the nicest, most calm, level-headed dude possible.
What do you? Shut up. What are you guys saying? I think I even uploaded. Yeah, I don't know why I uploaded like a 40-minute video of them arguing on my channel, just yelling at each other. They're fucking lunatic.
That was probably such good entertainment back in those days. Like I can only imagine all those arguments, how they were going.
Yeah, it was so good.
And then you guys dominate Ghost. Was there really any if any, were there any other teams that were really that gave you guys a battle or a competition back in those days?
I mean, the only team who really did, and I hate to say it, was like OpTic at Champs.
Mm.
Um, but it's, dude, Nade was running around with, like, suppressed MTARs, blanking and shit.
Yeah.
Search, dude, he would just shoot you in the back. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Tommy was. It was so freaking annoying.
And Matt was disgusting at Search and Ghost. I do remember that. He was really good.
I'll give him his props for that. I mean, I don't know. There's sometimes where I don't know how some of the players did it.
Yeah.
But whatever he was doing was working.
Yeah.
And it was kind of annoying. And then the only I mean, it was definitely OpTic. And then even Blitz, like,
Blitz that game mode. Yeah, that was such a ratty game mode.
When we'd have to play them on Warhawk, it was just hide and go seek.
The worst.
But yeah, you know, the teams like weren't insane, but they definitely had that one match. Well, even the Anaheim match, they choked catastrophic.
Oh yeah, that Blitz Dom. Or not Blitz Dom, Octane Domination. If you go back and watch it, they were in a god setup.
Oh, it was crazy.
Like, it was over. Like, the game, legit, if they just dropped their controllers and pre-aimed, the game was actually over. But they blew it bad. That's still crazy to go back and see. But yeah, Ghost, I mean, you win another LAN ring. I feel like at this point, you're probably feeling untouchable. You're just like, you're winning rings, you're doing it all. And then I believe it was at the very end of Ghost is when Envy started getting good. I know, like, Matt was probably like the best player in the game, Formal. He was disgusting. I think they won like the last event of the year, but there was like rumors circulating that I think it was you and Crimsix were joining Envy with Matt.
Yeah.
That was happening. And then for some reason it didn't happen after like came out, which was probably some people, new people don't know, but like back in the day, that was like the crazy thing that was happening.
Oh, that would have been insane. That would have been insane.
You know who your fourth would have been?
I think it was Joe.
Oh, okay. It would have been Merc.
I think. I could be wrong, but I think.
Yeah.
But either way, with how good me, Matt, and Ian were, like, could have had anyone as a fourth.
And yeah, you would have won everything. So that would have been crazy. Pretty much, I mean, the
OpTic
Dynasty.
After I left their team, I also won an event with Doug, Haggy.
Oh, yeah. Nashville. Nashville. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I remember that. Wait, I think I remember. I was on Rise of that event.
Didn't we play you in finals?
No, we played you guys for like top 3. So we got 4th, and then you guys kept going on in the tournament.
Wait, were you not on Denial?
No, I was on Rise. I was on Rise at that time. Yeah, I was on Denial soon after, but Rise. I remember we played you guys, and we replayed Warhawk Blitz 3 times. 3 times.
Sounds like Warhawk Blitz.
Yeah, and then we were down, I think, 0-2 in the series already, and then eventually we just like, it's over, and then it's over. It's over. We just lose.
Play this for another 30 minutes.
It was crazy. But yeah, that team would have been insane. I mean, well, just the trio and then Joe, like, you guys would have been crazy. Like, that's like the OpTic Dynasty, but just on Envy. It would have been the Envy Dynasty going into AW. But that whole thing falls through because I think I remember even from way back, I think like people were rage tweeting. I think JCap and Nameless were tweeting a bunch of stuff at the same time. I think
they were pretty pissed about it.
Yeah, and then Stro was like, actually, never mind, we're not gonna do it. But that, pretty big fumble. Pretty big fumble. Could have had
you could say that.
Could have had an insane team. But then AW comes out. For some reason, you're not on OpTic Gaming and you were on OpTic Nation starting the year, which is kind of insane. But then, because I know like OpTic Nation, you guys were like decent, but then you finally got the call up to like OpTic Gaming. Were you like kind of just waiting for that moment? Like, did they tell you before when you were on OpTic Nation, like, all right, listen, if things go bad with gaming, we're bringing you up to, or Nation, we're bringing you up to gaming. Like, did you?
Yeah, I mean, Hector definitely said something to me back then, and because like I was like, dude, like this team.
Was it?
I didn't think it was.
Was it Bose, Ricky, Adam, or Killer? I think there was a Teep. Teep was there at one point. There was there was different iterations of that
Proof, team. Teep. I don't. Wait, Proof, Teep. Maybe Bose. I don't remember. There were so many iterations of it. And every version was just bad. We ended up qualifying for champs with me, Killa, Mir, and wow, I don't.
You, Killa, Mir, and was it Killa? Was it Bose? I think it was Bose. Was it Bose? No, wait, it wasn't Bose. No, wait, who was? Because Ricky was on Prophecy, so it couldn't be Ricky.
Wasn't Rick.
What's your guys' fourth? All right, this is for everyone that's watching. Go figure out the fourth and leave it in the comments because we cannot remember at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. You probably were hyped watching the main team lose at champs because they were winning everything before that. I remember.
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it. I didn't give a fuck.
Oh, you're just like, all right.
I was so pissed that we were just losing. Like I went from winning two in a row.
Yeah.
To like I don't know, top 8 maybe. I think that's what it was, and we lost to MV. Honestly, those guys were so bad, and
I think it was when because
I almost 1v4'd them in like one of the rounds.
Really?
Like it was on Biolab. It was insane.
Yeah, that was crazy. That
could have had that, and then I'm not gonna lie, one of my worst moments in competitive gaming happened after that. We played Rise, I think, Anticities, Burns in them, and Mir like got up and screamed after one of the maps and unplugged a bunch of shit. And these big ass lights are on us.
Oh no!
And I am sweating, bro. I'm like pouring on gamer grip, and my thumbs are all over the place. We go game 5 on Terrace. S&D, and I'm just dying to these guys.
Oh no!
I think that's how we ended our tournament. And that shit was hell. The only thing I remember after that, I was pissed off. Went out, kicked a fire hydrant, saw Vandahar, and he was like, "Don't worry, you'll be back." I was like, yeah, maybe.
Hey, he was right. Eventually, I know you joined OpTic Gaming with what was because Nate Shot retired, so it was like you, Scum, Crim, Formal. You guys, was your first event? Was it UMG Cali? Was your first event?
Something like that. It was definitely a UMG.
Because I know Enable filled in for the 2 Europe events.
Yeah,
I know he filled in for the Europe events. They won both the ESWC and then the Gfinity, I believe. And then. Yeah, they dropped him, which is crazy. And shout out Enable, the only player who's never lost an event on OpTic. 2 for 2, 100% win rate. It is pretty crazy. That's some old history. The nub. But you joined, you guys win Cali, X Games, and then that's when FaZe makes a change. Me and Clay joined Zuma. Zuma and Ian. And then we had a pretty good track record versus you guys. Like we just matched up so well versus you guys. We beat you guys in 3 of the 5 tournaments, but then the other tournaments we got like I think in DC we got like 8th or something. Oh, yeah. And then we lost to like
we just needed you guys to lose.
Yeah, we lost to like some shitters. Same with Worlds.
Lost to Donnie and them.
We lost to Elevate and Denial, and then we're like, oh shit, and we're like OpTic's winning.
You guys lost them. I was like, well, we won the fucking tournament.
Literally, no one else could beat you guys, or no one else even come close to beating you guys. It was crazy. But I just remember like
even when Kyler and them were running people.
Yeah. So. That was the good old days of AW with the insane jetpack movement. How did you like that movement, by the way, with like all the jetpacking and everything? Were you a fan of it?
I liked it. I just hated the Xbox controller.
Really?
I fucking hated using that thing. Didn't like it at all.
Yeah. Were you more of like a PlayStation controller guy, you'd say?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
I like the 360. The 360 and the PlayStation 4. I still use that controller because PS5, same. Xbox One, they're just big.
Yeah, I don't like the PS5 one at all. I still use same PlayStation 4 controller.
A brick in my hand, dude.
Yeah.
Especially clawing, it was like.
Oh, I'm sure. Worse. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been even harder to like. Makes you feel like you're stretching your fingers out way too far when you're clawing.
Like I go back and if I hold those, I don't know how it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know how it made it work.
But then, AW happened, which is still crazy to think about. I think FaZe and OpTic won literally every event that year. I think the OpTic won like nine events or 10 events. I won 4, and then that one FaZe team at the beginning of the year won 1. So it was like just straight OpTic FaZe the whole year.
I didn't think about that. It was literally those 2 teams.
Yeah, literally those 2 teams. And then Black Ops 3 happens. And this is where we fell off a cliff. But you guys we were terrible. We were so bad at that game. But then we actually never played each other in that game because we never made it far enough in the lands. We only played each other online.
Weird ass show match.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I remember using a Shiva and I was like, dude, what are these guys doing? This is like, these guys are not the same as.
We just had no brain and we didn't know how to like learn and develop as a team, so we were terrible at Black Ops. We were only good at just like being cracked and shooting. Like we weren't smart. We were just straight talent.
In an actual tournament, we never played.
Yeah, in Black Ops 3, never, ever.
Crazy.
But Black Ops 3 was really good for you guys. How many events did you guys end up winning that season? Had to been like 2, 3-ish, maybe 4. I can't remember, but I know it was like multiple events. You guys were.
Yeah, we won multiple, and then -1. We won an Australian one.
Oh yeah, I think Melbourne. Yeah.
I actually did. I really loved that game, but I'm not gonna lie. When it came down to it, like tournaments were no fucking fun. That like, dude, I'll stand on it to this day. Like anyone, I don't know how people thought Band and Protect was good.
Oh, it was terrible.
There's people who actually think it was good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if any of them played on OpTic Gaming in that game. But the amount of matches I was going in playing with no quick draw, no grips, like every game was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just thought that was awful.
Yeah, and it took forever too. Do you do you remember the intermissions? It would take literally like 10 minutes between map 1 to map 2. Because it would have to do random protect for every single map. It should have just been like for the one for the series and just that's it. But it was every single map.
Not at all.
Or not at all. I'm down for that because like it just got to the point where like the good teams, like the bad teams, were just banning random shit versus the good teams.
It was a race. It was a race.
Oh yeah, it was like, all right, who's cracked? Who wants to go first?
Remember the combination. To
one
get
down,
dude.
3 right, 1. Like it was insane.
Other than that, though, the game was. I thought it was super fun.
Yeah, no, it was a very fun game.
But I thought that part of it was really bad.
Yeah. And then but you guys still had a great year that year. Black Ops 3 Champs comes around. Going into, I think you guys got, you won Orlando before, and then
Lizard Squad got champs, fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was insane because I think most of the teams had to go finish their matches in the hotel ballroom. So they like went and moved setups to a hotel ballroom nearby, and that's where they had to like finish the other matches. And
the crazy thing,
that was crazy.
Like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure at that event, like we were scrimming Envy, and I swear we were running them.
Yeah.
And then the Lizard Squad guys take down Sony for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was not even that long. I don't really remember. But dude, I don't know. I remember like sleeping, like, and this was before being amped to play.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping, and I felt like shit, and then I played like shit, and then we lose to Haggy. Haggy's team in pool play like Haggy, Llama, and I'm pretty sure we just beat them the event before.
Crazy.
So it started off about as bad as it could have.
Yeah.
And then
since you guys got second, you matched up with the team that got first, which was Envy. So it was like a really good round 1 matchup, which usually wasn't like the case at like if you just won your pool. But
and like
crazy.
I said, I don't know. Don't get me started on Cronus. Like,
not the Cronus.
I swear Cronus, I mean,
it was terrible.
This might be a little cocky, but I swear if the Cronus didn't exist, I get like 50, half of those losses, 50% of those losses are wins. Like there were people who were good at it and there were people who weren't. Like we got lucky. We had Matt who you could put him on a 50-inch flat screen and he wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, he's beaming
from that and I'm over here tweaking the fuck out. Like, dude, I cannot play this.
Yeah, no, it was bad.
And I don't know. I've had bad records or like bad past records at tournaments with lag, like the Ayama one.
Oh, the Ayama, the monitors.
Infinity.
Yep.
We sat down and we scrimmed Envy. We're like, dude, we're fucked. Like, we're not winning this. These guys are playing like there's no delay.
It's crazy.
I don't know, that like going back. The amount of times I tried playing with no Cronus and they wouldn't let me.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, I would rather play with no delay than play with a 5 millisecond delay.
It was so bad.
It kind of sucks. It ruined part of the fun for me throughout all those years where we had to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The Black Ops 3 champs definitely sucked ass. Then we lose to Cloud9.
Yeah, I think we got like 7th, 8th right there with you guys. So we were right there with you guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. We were right there.
That shit sucked.
Yeah, was not fun. But then Black Ops 3 happened. Still, nonetheless, you won a couple events that year going into IW. I feel like the dominance still continues. The only thing that happened was we got like a new team in the mix, like United. Because I feel like back in IW at the beginning, that's when like you guys were really good, of course, and then we were like back into form. Like we were a constant like top 3 at the tournaments. But then United like came out of nowhere and were really, really good at IW, which was like kind of crazy. Like it shook things up. They made it like a lot more difficult to win in tournaments now because there was like 4 really good teams now, which was crazy. But then I forgot. I think it was Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta. I was watching you guys play. I think it was versus Panda Gaming. It was like a 5-5, and you're in a 1v1 versus someone.
Fucking fastball.
Yeah, fastball. And then I'm pretty sure if you guys lost that, you would have been knocked out, and we would have played them after that. But a lot of people say that that was the moment that, like, if you guys lost that, a roster change would have happened. Do you think an actual roster change would have happened after that, or was that just like false?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I don't know what was going to happen, but something was definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
More than likely, I probably would have got the can somehow, or Matt would have left.
Yeah.
Maybe Matt would have left. That might have been, I don't know, the most for sure thing.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. But the team definitely wasn't going to be the same.
It's crazy. Everything changed. But then later on that year, you get the ring, you get your third ring, but then OpTic Gaming's like first ring, which was probably insane. Was there a certain moment in that tournament run where you felt like this is ours? Like you kind of knew that you were winning that tournament?
Well, the way the tournament started, fuck no. Dude, do you remember when you were playing on PlayStation 3 and like you did play on Bluetooth? Then the other option was USB cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the USB cable felt awful.
Yeah.
So like, pool play, we're sitting there playing like Mind Freak Black. And dude,
should be a freebie.
Can't change to Bluetooth. I'm strictly USB cable. Mad delay, and I'm getting shit on by some Australians.
You were mind blown. Yeah, you were mind blown.
What the fuck? What is going on? And then to be honest, I don't think I really did anything good until we played you guys.
Oh, we got smoked.
MV.
Yeah, we got smoked versus you guys bad.
Yeah, so we played MV winners finals. Surprisingly, I'm the only one who shoots back in that series. We lose to MV, and I'm like, yeah, yo, the PlayStations are fucked. Like, something ain't right because like I'm getting kills, and nothing. And the way you like, John was like turning on them.
Yeah.
To me, it made no sense. I'll live and die on this hill. And there's more to it after.
Yeah.
But I fry in that series, go to losers bracket. We honestly thought it was bullshit with the PlayStations. And then we play you guys, or I don't know if we played you guys first or LG. But whoever we played you guys.
Yeah. Or you can play Splice. You played Splice and beat him game 5.
Oh yeah, game 5. Yeah. We had a Grueler. Play them. Then we play you guys. And I played really good versus you guys.
Yeah, oh, that was a quick series. We got slammed.
And then we play LG, and hey, listen, might be some conspiracy shit, but if you really want to think about it, let's go back. We play LG on the same side that Envy sat on, and then LG is where we sat. Every match we had versus LG was a like grind. Like,
yeah, because they were good.
Every match all year was insane.
Yeah,
they were a good team. Bro, they were like AI in our series. At that losers final, or I'm gonna say it's losers final.
Maybe I'm gonna go with that then. Maybe that's why we got slammed so bad.
Dude, if you sat in the same spot, I'm telling you, get to grand finals, play MV again. They're on the same side they choke slammed us on.
Yeah.
And basically me and Porter argued with the ref for like 30 minutes. Like that shit was just not start. We're like, you changing our PlayStations or we are not playing. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. We felt like we had enough. We didn't actually have proof because I still remember after talking at the hotel with the guys, like if you had some proof, like we would have done it like quicker. But like, I'm like, yeah, there's no fucking.
You can't prove that. Like you,
look
it's just
how we slammed.
Yeah.
Them, look how we got slammed. We're telling you, it
yeah,
just doesn't feel right. So after like 30-minute debacle before the match starts, they change out all the PlayStations. MV didn't want to change theirs, obviously.
Of course.
Get new PlayStations, and I mean, we kind of slammed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That was pretty much that.
But that was a thing. That was the thing too, because I remember at ESWC,
was like, there was something.
We got second at Paris to you guys. We played Rise in losers finals, but right before we played you guys, and we were on a great side, and we 3-0'd them, slammed them like insane bad. It was like they literally looked like they were pub players.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it was.
And then you guys. But like, yeah, nah, we want this side that we were on. We go to the other side, and then you guys made us look like pub players.
Side. You guys get over there.
Yeah, it was. We
saw that shit.
Yeah, it was insane. That
same thing happened in
the bad boxes. Yeah,
that was another event like the group stage, dude. I was getting destroyed by Epsilon, Vortex, fucking Dave. Like
Yeah.
I was like 0.5 bad, dude. I played, and then we played some other dudes, some French. Oh no, never mind. I'm going way too far back. That was another year.
Yeah.
We won't go back there.
But yeah, all those bad boxes and Cronuses and weird controller delays. Like that year was bad.
Definitely some weird shit.
It was bad. It was really bad back then. So moving on, started to get back to the boots in the ground days, World War II. That was a weird one for you guys because I feel like you guys were either top 3 or in grand finals of every single tournament until you guys made a change. But before that, you were always like right there.
Yeah, I mean, that was just another thing that year. I mean, we were super excited. We started off the year. Me and Ian are really good at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you guys won everything online. Like I remember you win every
online.
2K and 5K, destroying everyone.
Yeah, destroying everyone. Get to the event. And I just remember, bro, my like left stick broke. And I had a lot of fucking bad things happen.
Yeah.
Didn't bring another controller. Left stick broke. Playing against Splice with FG42. I can't sprint. Getting ran by Ben and I don't know who the other
I thought it was like
was.
Ben. Yeah, it could have been Josh or I don't even know who else it was.
Just getting slammed by them. Dude,
or Jerd, maybe.
And then, yeah, I don't know. Like the way Matt and Seth played that game was really fucking hard to play with. And then on top of that, I wasn't playing good because like I didn't like how they played.
Yeah.
The whole year, they all just fucking hated each other. Ian hated Matt. Seth had 2-bar.
Oh yeah, he was in California that whole time. Yeah, he was in California and would just lag all the time.
Porter was pissed at him for that, and he got me. Just like I said.
Yeah.
I hated how we played.
It was just all the mess.
Just went south real quick.
Yeah.
We play you guys. You're on phase, right?
Yeah.
Play you guys. You run through the goddamn artillery. Fucking Crowder clutches against us.
Yeah, Crowder 1v3s. We were down 1-5. I still to this day think he wanted to lose that round. We were down 1-5. Yeah. Well, first map, that was just the most blessed tournament. That was the most blessed tournament ever. Because first map we come back down from 80 points on London Dogs Hardpoint. Win that. We're down 1-5 in S&D. You guys have bomb down, planted in the 10. Crowder jumps off the steps, the big mid steps. His ankles break,
Matt
and I was
laid
like,
in front of the box. Why the fuck would he lay there? I got shit on by Crowder after.
Yeah.
But Matt could have played the truck heady, the box heady. Instead, he's laying there, and Crowder jumps down, and he just would have died.
Yeah.
He just would have been dead. And instead, that happens, and Crowder peeks the window, shits on me.
That was like actually a movie. That whole tournament was a movie.
It was insane.
Yeah.
The circumstances were unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And then I had Seth on my flight home going back to LA, and he wasn't very happy with me the whole flight. I would breathe or look at him, he'd be like, stop looking at me, stop breathing. No, stop.
That definitely
yeah.
He was in his grouch phase back then for sure.
Yeah. It was me, him, and Lamar, just 5 a.m., 6 a.m. flight, and it was insane. Insane. Yeah, then a bunch of whole roster stuff happened after that. Whatever. I think you stopped playing World War II. I think you missed a couple events at the end of it, I believe.
Yeah, so like they they asked me, I forget how it went at one point, but after they got rid of me, they wanted me back. And I remember I like told Hector, I was like, fuck no. I'm not fucking playing with them.
Yeah.
Like, they can go play with those guys.
Oh yeah.
And then I went and did an analysis for the event. But that was pretty funny because I did not want to be a part of that. It was a shit show.
Yeah.
And then like looking back at it, I was enjoying it very much. Because they got slammed.
Yeah. They weren't playing too well after
in a world
the
they
change.
thought that it would be better with Sam and Zin than us. I was just
three ARs on that team, and then Seth. Yeah, it didn't. I think they were pretty good at hardpoint, but I think they were just a terrible S&D team. I just remember them being a terrible S&D team.
They weren't going to be good at that. And
yeah.
I mean, they were definitely going to be asset search, and they were definitely going to be asset capture.
Yeah, for sure. And then eventually, Black Ops 4 comes back, you get put back on the team, you guys win. That whole season happens, nothing too crazy. But then franchising starts, which is like I feel like I always look at COD as like there's like 3 different years or 3 different like timelines. Franchising, the CWL, and then like early days, like really, really early MLG days. Franchising changed everything. I think all the players were hyped because we're all like, yo, we're gonna get paid hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars,
sure. Everyone was looking forward to
which kind of came true. But how did you end up getting on Seattle with your roster, which was like you, Apathy, Slack, no, was Octane? Yeah, Octane, and I don't even know who the fifth was.
Fucking Ian.
Oh, Enable. Yeah, how did that team form to be? Because that's like really good players, but just the weirdest mix of players on a team.
I mean, it was definitely never gonna work. It was 3 people who literally didn't know how to play Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ian was never a search guy.
They were lost. I mean, I was standing like, I don't even know if I hated playing that game or if I hated playing with those guys.
Yeah.
But like the respawns were miserable. It felt like I was playing with fucking noobs. I wasn't doing well because I was so tilted.
Yeah.
But yeah, that team, I mean, it was literally leftovers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everyone got paid fucking
guaranteed contracts too. It was crazy.
I went into that game assuming like I thought I was still gonna be playing with Brandon, Tej, and at least those 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't talk to anybody. I just thought my spot was safe. Then next thing you know, they get Alec, they get Dylan.
Yeah.
And I'm left in the dust, and I'm like, well, shit. Game starts. We're terrible. We can only beat LAG. We weren't getting any better. Every day it was get on, fucking watch clips, watch this, watch that. By the end of the day, we suck. Yeah, I mean, it was no fun playing with any of them.
Yeah.
They're all great outside of the game. In game,
it wasn't a mix. It wasn't.
Awful.
Yeah.
I went from playing with what I thought were like really talented, and I'm going to go back because I'm not trying to knock them. They were all good in their own respective.
Yeah.
They all had a lot of success. But I also went from playing with a team. I mean, I'm going to kind of count BO4, even though it's really not the same. But I went with people I played with for 4 years. And I knew exactly how they were, how they played. I knew what I was going to get.
Yeah.
To playing with, App. I played with App before, but I also didn't play with App any longer because of how he played.
Yeah.
But I'm playing with App, as great as he is, but I just hated how random his shit was.
Oh yeah, he could be the best player in the world, or like
I'm playing with these 3 who have no idea how they are.
Yeah.
There's no Sam and Ian suck at search, which is half the series.
Yeah.
And then it didn't work. Like I said, I don't know. I lost like lots of passion, and I don't think it would have been as bad if I played on a good team, but our team was not a good team. And then I don't know, they benched everybody on the team, and then if people didn't know, back then when you got benched, you still got paid.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't bench me, so I woke up one day, and I mean, like I said, we were so bad at this point that the only scrims we could get were like against amateur teams, from what I remember. We woke up and Joey Nebsy was like, "Yeah, we're scrimming this," and I was
you're like, "Who is that?
Who the fuck is that? I'm out." And I messaged him. I was like, "Yo, I'm done."
Yeah, and that was the time you could.
Like, I lost a lot of money. Stopping playing.
Yeah, because I think, did you still get paid if you retired?
Hell no.
Damn.
They shut my shit off right away.
Oh yeah, you should have been like, damn, that's crazy.
Like 5 months, they wouldn't bench me.
Yeah, that's insane. They were just holding you hostage, like you have to keep playing, even though your team is absolutely terrible.
And then there was that aspect of it, like I said, I don't know how the other teams are in the league and how their GMs are, or how their actual team works, but I mean, I went from being with Hector and Stro and Jason Lake and Complexity, Garfield AEG, to with a group of people. At least, so at one point, like Steve was involved from LG, and he had no say whatsoever. So I was like, okay. Then we had people who knew nothing about Call of Duty. They had nothing. They didn't want to make any changes. So I was like, wow, yeah, that's
Yeah.
another reason I don't want to be here. You don't want to help us get better by getting us new players. We were literally going through the ringer of just like Casey. I mean, Casey's the only one I played with.
Yeah.
Casey brought some good things to the team, but it didn't solve our issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, Seattle didn't want to make any changes. They didn't want us to get better. I didn't want to be a part of that. Like I said, I didn't know how the other teams were in the league. It seems like it's gotten better. People are more open.
Yeah.
And I think, more teams are getting, at least from the first year till now, they've got the right people in the right places now.
Yeah.
And, even if it's not the best thing, it's better than what
Better than it was. Yeah. So, they learned the landscape of COD like a little bit more compared to way back then.
Learned. I mean,
yeah.
They ended up winning events. Well, or maybe an event or two after that.
Yeah.
Pretty down the road.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't overnight.
I think there was a couple management switches that happened with Seattle, though. I don't know if it was the exact same people.
Definitely was a lot.
There's a lot of change that like were happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough start. I was really excited, like you said. Everyone was excited for a payday.
Yeah.
I think we're all excited for that, and I don't know. I didn't want to play unless I was on OpTic or like a team that, I knew they had everything from management to were they gonna.
I just knew what they were doing
to make us win. Were the players good? And I don't know. Could have done more, but I was ready to be done in that game.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I think that game was absolutely terrible. Probably the second worst competitive COD we've ever had. Behind.
Yeah, and they started the movement shit.
Oh yeah.
And, I'm not totally against it. I actually think it'd be pretty boring if we didn't have something.
Yeah, nah.
When you're playing like the slow games, it's really not the same anymore.
Yeah.
So
you just didn't want to spawn in on Hackney Yard bad side, and where you had to try and break P1 and P2.
Yeah, if we had good side off the rip, we had bad side.
Oh no,
getting it after the first wave.
There was no worse feeling than starting the Monday off for scrims, you have good side. Like, all right, let's do this, boys. Come on.
Yeah.
You get flipped instantly. They hold P1, they hold P2. You're down 120-0, and then you're just like the day is chalked. Like the day is just chalked at this point.
Pissed. Yeah.
But yeah, that you retired, and then you were retired, done. Was there ever a thought that you like wanted to coach a team, or did that just kind of come about since you were still on OpTic?
Yeah, not during that time. Because like OpTic was always going to be my home.
Yeah.
I almost played in Cold War because Cold War started and I don't know. Everyone was like, "Damn, Challenger players like are kind of crazy." When I played Challengers, didn't even scrim, and dude, I was fucking people up.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed Cold War quite a bit.
It was good. It was a solid game.
At one point, I think after Tom had his hand thing,
yeah, when he retired,
Clay reached out for me to play.
Oh.
And I kind of wish I would have went back because I was going to be really good at that game, to be honest.
That game, like, I think you would have been really good because like it took a brain like to actually be good.
My thing, and I think it would have been like me, Clay, Paco. Was he on that team?
Yeah, he was.
And I don't know who
It might have been like either Mac. I think it was Mac.
Could have been Mac.
Yeah, Mac was really good too.
That's like the one time if there was a time I would have. If I could have went back, I probably would have played.
Yeah, no, that was
especially looking at it all now.
Yeah, of course, they were actually a pretty good team too. I know they got like second once and like top 3, top 4 a couple times. Like, they were pretty solid. And then Cold War was also a Treyarch game, and Treyarch games like usually it makes sense. There's some kind of system behind why things are happening. So like you would have been good at it. Like you would have been good. And honestly, Cold War was probably one of the best, if not the best, like game we've had competitive wise, like since the CDL has started. So. I think that's the one you would have liked a lot. That was good.
I'm just scrolling back. I like random. I was gonna see like this thing. It was 2019. That was MW.
Yeah.
It was from Clay. He's like, "Yo, me, Hook, Shotzi, and Illy putting together a team. We need a flex player."
Oh shit! So you could have been Empire.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't even remember that.
Wow. Damn, yeah, you might have picked the wrong team. I think Empire was a little bit better than Seattle at
Yeah, but
the.
I think I was talking to Ian at the time, and I think
Oh,
Ian was like, I think he was like guaranteed,
oh, okay.
and I was just like, I'm not fucking Ian. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on, but
yeah, yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy looking back at it.
Oh, of course.
Um,
All the what could have happened, what could have been, like just
yeah.
it's crazy to think about.
Oh yeah, and then Cold Wars 2020
Yeah.
randomly, Clay goes, "Yo, you gonna play or what's up, dude? We need a fourth." He messaged me again, dude. I don't answer for like a month. He goes, "You trying to play or what?" I go, "I don't think I can, man."
Oh, that would have been crazy. I mean, you guys would have been a really, really good team.
Yeah, like I
Because
said, if I would have went back, that's 1 year where I should have played.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I there's no way like I would have like I've always wanted to play with Clay,
Yeah.
but in my mind I was like, dude, I like Hydra and Mac, I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah. At the time, yeah, they were just like
And I was like, I don't
so
know if I want
young.
to get on and get back into grinding 8 hours
Yeah.
a day scrimming with two people I know nothing about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, going back, I think it would have been fun. Would we have won it a lot of things? I have no idea, but I think it could have been fun.
Yeah. And when did you get brought full time on and seriously want to start like coaching for the boys OpTic Texas?
Um, uh, dude, I think it was, dude, we were doing like some optic stream.
Hmm.
Maybe it was the Optic Beer League or I don't know what it was, but I was pretty drunk and dude, they always, I don't know, I don't really get that drunk. So people like might have thought I was trolling, but I was like, yo, like I'll coach. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm serious. Like you guys could use it, and I mean, it didn't happen for a while, and then obviously the thing happens with Ray and them having their
Yeah.
fallout, and Optic didn't really need a coach because I think like what JP was like. JP is like he's like everything,
Yeah.
but I don't think it hurt having somebody who actually like knew a lot more shit about COD.
Well, of
Like I
course.
said, there's a world where like I had so many people tell me like it doesn't matter how much you've played, like you're not going to be a good coach, blah blah blah. And I mean, yeah, like don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible. Like
Of course.
I'm not even gonna sit here and say that like I am a great coach, but I think I think I know exactly what I need to do. Um, and it's also just been a big learning curve.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, like dealing with new people. Like I in the year before, end of MW. I mean, I didn't know anything about the game, so I didn't step over the line trying to tell them to do shit. It was more me just like getting the feel for how it is. Like
Mm,
I didn't know how scrims were nowadays. You know, I didn't know what the day to day was like.
yeah.
So you know, I gave inputs here and there, but nothing crazy. And then yeah, it was like I said, a big learning curve. It a lot of the things are it's like getting used to like your players realizing, you
Yeah.
know, how all of them are. Like I said,
Yeah.
I
That's the
only knew
biggest thing.
Brandon. You know, I've only played with Brandon and Brandon was a lot different back then from how he was,
Oh, of
but
course.
still like kind of the same to me. But I could definitely tell he changed. And then Ant was one of the hardest ones. Because he don't fucking say anything ever.
Yeah.
It's actually funny. It's funny because I saw something the other day, like it was like an old thing with Seth saying that you know Ant's always saying things, and at least you know when it was Kyler, Ant, Shotzi, and I don't even remember Dan.
Oh yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, bro, like the only person who talks really is Dan. Like Kyler don't say a
Yeah,
word
I know Kyler's definitely pretty
unless he's
quiet
in
too.
game. He's
Yeah.
locked.
Then he's going
And then I was
crazy.
like, Ant, dude, I don't even know Shotzi. Like, he don't really say anything either. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? It's just Dan.
It's just one guy talking.
It's just Dan. So you know, like getting used to working with him, definitely was a treat. And then you got Ken. I mean, Kenny was literally like me. Like I've always played against Ken, but I don't really know anything about him.
Yeah.
But the way he thinks about everything is like a lot of the times I don't even have to say shit because what I want to say, he's
He just
just
says.
yapping about.
Yeah.
Um, And then AG, dude, AG is like AG when he's locked in and taking it serious, it's just like he's like a different animal. And you know, like he had his up and downs. I think everybody throughout this year on our team had ups and downs.
Yeah.
And you know, just seeing them all improve when they needed to was definitely a treat.
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude. I feel like one thing that's underlooked, and like I said, I mean, I it's always just about AG, but like I the biggest thing for AG is like him realizing that he's not playing with like he's playing with like really good people. Like that's one thing I said to him like after we won both times. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, this is not Seattle anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like we gotta get into a flow, a system that works for all of us. And I mean, I hope that continues because
Of
like
course.
what we did was great. And I don't know, that's one like Ant's done it before, Ken's done it before. Brandon's came a long way, and I think the biggest thing for me from it for AG is like, bro, the Australians were ass.
Yeah.
Like he's like a one of a kind from Australia,
Literally.
and
Yeah.
like I didn't even know like he hasn't played COD long. Like he said one of his first scrims against any pro teams was against me and MW, which is insane. I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
And oh no, I kind of tip what he's done because
Of course,
like,
that's crazy.
and he's so fresh into his career. I feel like people don't understand that.
He's only his third year, like in
Like
his second team too. Yeah, and only
Like-
his second team. Like he's only been on one roster before. There was the same 4 players for that 2 year, and now this is the first time teaming with people that's new players, which is
so
a very big
was,
adjustment
like
period.
I said, it was cool because you know they all bring their own aspect. Like
Yeah,
and I gotta treat every one of them differently.
of course.
They're all very different.
Yeah.
You know, and like a lot of it was just like I feel like it came down to is like realizing who they're playing with.
Yeah.
You know, like Brandon, you can be more free. You don't got to sit there. AG, you can like if you get in our system and run with us and just you know play trade game, and don't get too crazy.
Yeah.
And then Ken's just like trying to hold it all together. So yeah, you know, like I didn't really know what to expect this year. But and then especially going into champs, I mean, fuck, especially from a coaching perspective.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting, you know, to win one and then have what happened after that.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think anyone at all was expecting that. It was like
at that point we were like, damn. The first event kind of got away from us. And then we get to the second event and then we lose to FaZe. We're not good at all the maps. We get to the third event, we improve there, and then we win like everything we worked on. And then we get to Burbank and we come last place. And that's not ideal for
definitely not ideal with champs. Yeah, champs coming up in like 2 weeks, so it's not even like that much time.
Yeah, it's not like you don't get a regain. It's like get back and lock the fuck in.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it definitely was. I mean, for me, I feel like I've seen the highs now and I've seen the lows, and it's made it easier to I hope it'll make it easier for the future, you know.
Yeah.
When it comes to dealing with both of those sides of things. And
yeah.
I don't know, the coaching thing's cool. I mean, like I said, I'll still stand on like we can only do so much.
Of course, you can't.
I hope people realize that. Because you know, I feel like so many coaching staffs get so much shit for things that happen to their teams, and hey, there's things we can mess up. Like we definitely cannot do enough or do too much sometimes. But at the end of the day, you know, for us, it is more nerve-wracking as a coach than a player for me. Because when the map starts, I cannot help it all.
No, you have no control over it. It's just it's all on them.
It is the worst, Dylan. Like
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is it
nothing compares?
Yeah, is it that much more nerve-wracking watching compared to playing?
I'm watching like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? We just said not to do that.
We literally just talked about this, and we're doing it.
And then you see like the same thing in like the next match, and I'm like, what is? Don't do it. Don't. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Let's go. Like, it's so up and down. You have highs and lows.
Yeah.
It's like on a roller coaster. But it is 10 times more stressful than playing. 100%.
Damn. I can only imagine because like it's just you have no control over it. It's just what you tell them before
no.
the preparation, and then that quick little minute break you have on the mic right before the match. So it's like, hopefully
There's
everyone
so
sticks to the
many-
game plan, and then you also see the things develop from like, so you're seeing like,
you'll know. You can
yeah,
like tell.
you know
if,
what's
like,
gonna happen. You're like, okay,
you're going
well,
in the right direction.
this guy's going the right direction, or he's about to get pinched by 3 people. It's not looking good. Like,
they're like, oh, dude, how do you not know this? That's not.
He was right there. You just
literally.
looked.
Or like, you'll be holding something. It's like, bro, like you'll be on invasion.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, we're capping B and nobody's looking at mid cut. Like,
yeah.
They're all alive and we're not watching mid cut. We just get 3-piece from mid cut.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like moments like that.
You're trying to rip your hair out. You're just like, what is going on? What?
Yeah, and the one of the worst things too is like you go up to the stage between the map, before the map, and dude, there's times where got off the mic, walked back to the room, and I'm like, damn, man, like I forgot to say this.
Oh yeah, there's so much. Yeah.
Oh shit, I should have told them this. Like those are some of the worst moments because like you don't know if the things you're gonna say, you wanted to say, are gonna matter.
Yeah.
Until you see the things happen, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
I messed up, and I just cannot believe I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's different. It's so much fun. Honestly, the worst thing is like sitting here all day, not doing anything. I'm not gonna lie, watching the
scrims.
Gets boring.
Yeah, just the scrims. I feel like that's
pretty brutal.
Yeah, I feel like that could be really boring.
Oh yeah, it's
8 hours just watching
for me.
scrims.
Like I love playing games.
Yeah, you want to spawn it. Yeah,
I have to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything else is, like I said,
great.
when you're doing well, it's great. But like I said, we got to see it all this year. And
yeah, the highs and lows, everything.
I think, that's definitely a good thing because you get too many lows, and you never think you're gonna see a high, or you get too many highs, and you get the low, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damon, I only got one more question for you, and this is to do with you playing, so you'll like it. If you could relive one event in your career that you played and just do it all over again and feel every moment, which event would that be?
I'm definitely doing the IW champs.
IW champs.
100%. I think until this event we just had for champs, like I didn't think anything would be louder than when we won.
Yeah.
And or have as many people. And
that stadium was packed.
Like for me that was crazy. But oh man, shit, I don't know.
But was that your personal favorite event where you were like doing whatever you wanted, fine? But like, because I'm sure that was a crazy memory. You won champs for OpTic, which was like the biggest thing for your team the whole like couple of years.
The way the last 3 series I played was, like it was definitely the best.
Yeah.
Like if I could relive though, like first you guys, LG, and then MV.
I'll gladly get slammed again so you can come back and relive that.
Like those were the I would definitely want to relive that because I mean the BO2 one was great, especially as a young kid. It was a lot of money. But like the feeling was insane, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably like, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people in there. Probably not even 1,000, like 500 people. And then you go to like play in front of 4,000, 5,000.
And they're all screaming. Different. Yeah. They're all screaming, going crazy. Like that must have just been an insane feeling.
Yeah.
Damon, that's all from me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on and talking Call of Duty everything. I'm sure there's so many names that some of the new gen people aren't even going to realize, or
they're going to have no idea.
They're going to be, who is that? Who are they? I've never heard of these people before.
I'm
but
pretty sure some people don't even know who I am.
There may be, wait, Karma used to play?
Yeah, no, straight up.
It's actually crazy.
Well, they don't even know I coach.
That's literally what Gio said to McGee. He's like, wait, Theory, you used to play? You were a pro back then? Like, it's so crazy when you talk like some of the new young kids who just started learning and playing COD like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
That's insane.
It is crazy.
McGee, are you serious?
Yeah, he's like, wait, you used to be a pro? No way. No way. But
like, yeah, dude,
yeah. But thank you so much for coming on and taking the time out of your busy schedule. Of course, good luck at EWC. Well, are you actually going to EWC?
We'll see.
We'll see. Still to be decided.
Yeah.
All right. Oh God, that boy's cracked. But all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, you are a real one. And also shout out Damon, 4-time world champion, one of the Call of Duty goats. Shout out Damon. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. You're a legend as well, Dylan.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
that.
I'm getting there, hopefully. Peace.